Hello guys, what's up? Good morning from here. We are here at Sofitel Manila Hotel. And today is our what day? Today is our third day here. Today is kind of our third day here in Manila. And I would just like to talk about our experience when we were at the airport. What are the documents that we need to bring upon arrival? Or what are the documents that we need to present when we arrive in the Philippines. Okay, but I have here my partner in crime who has been my partner in crime who has been there with me, and he's been very hands-on in terms of taking care of all these documents, and I was just there to get a free ride. So I would like to ask everything from him. Okay, so we are overlooking the Manila Bay / the pool of Sofitel Hotel. But right now, I'm going to talk about the documents that we had to take with us before getting on board on the plane.
Okay, the first thing's passports. You had to have a passport, both of us, and little tiny thing.
Yeah, our baby.
Had to have my wife's green card. Her green card actually expires the day we leave here, but we received a letter from the U.S. government where they're processing her card. So with her card that's going to expire and that letter, she'll be able to get back into the U.S. The second thing we had to have was vaccination. If you're just fully vaccinated, when you get to Manila, you'll do a 5-day quarantine in one of their approved hotels. And you already had to have your booking in the hotel, and they're price gouging on this hotel. A $200 a night minimum on these hotels that they're trying to put people in that I've seen. Now, you might be able to find somewhere cheaper, but I couldn't find anywhere else cheaper. So fully vaccinated, so that means if you got your Johnson & Johnson, it's a Johnson & Johnson shot, and then
Plus booster.
And then it's a 5-day quarantine. Now, if you're fully vaccinated with a booster, you don't do any quarantine at all. The other document you will need is a One Health Pass, and everybody that's traveling has to have that One Health Pass. So I had to have one. My wife had to have one. Baby girl had to have one.
Yeah,
Everybody
you can get that. You can get that online
through the I forgot the name
official
of the
website.
Yeah, the
Bureau
official
of Quarantine. It is made by the DOH, or Department of Health.
Yes, if you go to a website and it's asking you to pay, you're at the wrong place. Don't pay to get the One Health Pass thing.
And also, when you're over with your registration, a barcode or a QR code will come out.
Yes, and don't panic if when you print, make sure when you get that barcode or that QR code, make sure you take a screenshot and print it then. They never sent us an email, so I made a screenshot and printed it then. Okay, if you get the barcode, even if you're fully vaccinated, on top of it, it's going to say quarantine. Okay, even if you're fully vaccinated and boosted. Don't worry about that. When you get through customs will check your vaccination card, and if it's vaccinated with a booster, you won't have to do any quarantine. The reason being is if you get Johnson & Johnson on your card, it's not going to show but 2 shots being fully vaccinated and boosted. So don't worry about that. And that's the travel documents you need. Your passports, your green card if you're Filipino or another foreigner. Your letter if your card's about to expire, and One Health Pass, and your plane tickets. If you are a foreign national that is not coming here with a spouse or something, you have to show a either a return ticket to your home country, or you have to show a ticket where you are traveling on somewhere later, because you will not get but a 30-day stay in the Philippines. But if you're married to a Filipino and you bring your marriage certificate, your child's birth certificate, and what was the other document? Marriage certificate and child's birth certificate, and
What else?
marriage certificate for the wife. I don't know why they want 2 copies. You can get in your passport a 1-year stamp. Like me and Asia can literally stay here 1 year because my wife's Filipino.
Yeah, but because as Asia is already a dual citizen, like she is already registered, but we only showed her her passport. So that is the reason why she only got stamped for a year. But if ever that she would stay here more than a year, I think it's okay because she is a Filipino citizen also.
Yes, if when we move here, when I retire, all we have to do is apply for her paperwork, and she's a Filipino citizen. We already have all that paperwork. We just have to apply for it here in the Philippines to get that paperwork back, and then I'll have a 1-year stay visa, and during that time I can get my permanent residence visa. I will not have to go every 30 days to a fixer and extend my visa. I will still go to a fixer to get my permanent resident visa, but I won't have to extend that every day, so that's a cost I'll save.
Okay, so that's all it.
That's everything I can think about. Oh, and make sure that if you're traveling to the Philippines, things here do not work like they work in the U.S. Things are slower. There's issues and stuff. So if you have connecting flights, try to make sure that you do not have a short connecting flight. You need at least 2 or 3 hours between your flights, because we had to take 3 flights, and every flight we took, we almost missed a plane, and we had 2-hour. We had 2-hour layovers at each airport. So make sure you give yourself enough time. Do not book a plane with a 30-minute layover, because you're going to miss it.
Yeah,
You're absolutely going to miss it. The airport in Atlanta tried to get us. The airport in Dallas tried to get us. The airport in LA tried to get us. And it took forever to get out of the airport in Manila. So make sure you have your documents.
Yeah, there were delays.
And have plenty of time.
But it was not long delays, just short delays.
No, we never missed a flight.
My main concern was the guy who was sitting next to you. He had a connecting flight going to Bali, Indonesia.
And he missed that flight.
He missed his flight.
And it was this simple. We had a short 20-minute delay in LA while they were fixing some issue on the plane, and he had a 45-minute layover, and our plane was delayed landing once we got into Manila.
Yeah, because of
and
traffic.
our plane literally landed after his flight had already gone, because we had a 30-minute delay in the air on landing and a 20-minute delay before we.
I think he only got like
left.
20 minutes after we landed here, but he couldn't make it, right?
No, he literally missed his
He
plane.
wasn't able to make it. So I think the airlines were able to do some arrangements with it.
Oh yeah, the airlines made arrangements to get his
fault.
Right, the airlines made arrangements to fix his flight, but he missed his flight to Bali, and there's no telling how long he had to wait at Manila to catch the next flight going to Bali, because they're not going to kick somebody off the next plane if it's fully booked. They're going to book him the next available. It might have been at 2 o'clock in the morning. It might have been 2 days later. I don't know how often they fly from Manila to Bali.
Yeah.
And he was not happy.
Of course, who would be happy with that situation? Okay, so I think it's time to wrap up this vlog. I hope you guys will have a safe flight. If you ever think of coming back to the Philippines, or if you ever think of traveling to the Philippines for leisure or to visit your families and all that kind of stuff.
Also, make sure that you can get a grab from the airport, because we got robbed at the taxi from the airport to the hotel we stayed at. We
And-
paid about 3 times
and
more
there
than
were
we should have.
fixers.
We paid about 3 times more than we should have. But at that particular point, we'd already been traveling for 22 and a half
And
hours.
Yeah, just we
And-
wanted to
And I didn't care. I
Too
just
late.
wanted to get to the hotel and lay down.
lay down. Yeah, and my Grab wasn't working, so
I paid
there was no other way for us to get a taxi.
almost $20 for a taxi that literally took us.
No, it was more than $20.
No, it was 18. Yeah, it was more than $20.
Because you paid like 1,800 pesos.
Yeah.
And that is almost $40.
Yeah.
Or let's say $30 because of the high rate of the dollar here. But
And
still,
we were literally in the taxi maybe 10 minutes.
yeah. So if you could get a good deal, or if you have your Grab app, might as well use it
Yes.
in terms of transporting yourself from one place to another, because they would always ask 500,
Yeah,
1,000.
it should have been about a 300 peso taxi ride, and it was 1,800, and
It's
I
like
think
American rate.
I think it was 1,830.
It's
Yeah,
dollar rate,
yeah, it was
and
a rate.
it's too much.
It was a rate like New York. We literally was in the taxi maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, only.
But that's some things to think about. Also, when you get to the airport, don't have a lot of money exchanged. We exchanged like $100 US. The next day at Robinson's, we got a lot better exchange rate. I exchanged money $100 at the airport to pay for the taxi and buy a little bit of food, and the rate was $56.20. And then the next day at Robinson's, it was $58.60. So it don't swing that much. The rate at the airport is really low. So don't have all your money exchanged there. Just have enough money exchanged for a taxi and a meal.
Okay, so you better say goodbye now.
Goodbye.
No, you have to make it formal.
Make it formal. Okay, well, we're signing off here.
Fixing ourselves to get breakfast. So we hope that you have a good day. Take care, and if ever you will be traveling, stay safe.
Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.